All right. Hey, Core. This is going to be week one, day one, full body foundation. You'll want to probably work downstairs. You'll want to work from that bottom low step of your staircase. You're going to want a towel, and I take a hand towel and I fold it in thirds. So I fold one side in, and then I roll it up nice and tight. And then I put a little hair tie around it just to keep it in this nice firm roll. So you're going to want your stretchy resistance band, and that's what we'll use for today. And then over time, you're going to want some other things, but we'll discuss like what equipment that you have available. So take a second, pause the video, go grab your hand towel, roll it up, grab a stretchy resistance band, and then be near a stair or a step. And then you will want also a kitchen counter. So kitchen counter for some kitchen counter push-ups. I'm going to use my wall. You can also use a wall, or you can just use the stairs. And then you'll just pick the height that feels good, where you get some good challenge, as long as you can move comfortably without the banister, banging into your elbows. And then once you've got your gear, come on back in, and then we're going to start with our traditional warm-up. So this will be the warm-up that we typically do every time we work. We're going to wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes. You're going to check in here. You're going to start to just assess, how is your body feeling today? What's your energy level feeling like? Can you get a good quality breath coming in through your nose and out through your nose? All right, and then if that's feeling good, you're going to take it into some standing twists. You're going to start light and easy. You're going to just let your arms swing. You're going to let your trunk rotate, and then you're going to give a little bit of time here. So this first beginning work is really about the nervous system. It's getting the spine moving. It's letting your nervous system know that some work is about to happen. Make sure everything feels good and comfortable and your body's on board and ready to do some work. And then if you're twisting here and it's feeling good, then you're going to take it just a slight bit more vigor. You're going to let your arms kind of wrap and tap against your waist. Think as you hit, you're striking left side stomach, right side liver, back side your kidneys. And we're just kind of stimulating with a little bit of a thump of those hands just to get those internal organs also awake and alert and ready to go. All right, take one more twist to each side, and then we take it right into some overhead reaches. Again, we're still waking up the nervous system, so we're still moving the spine. We're getting that nice lateral flexion, and then you're going to tune in and notice, how does your shoulder feel? How does your back feel? How does the side of your hips feel? How do your feet feel connected to the ground? Can you still breathe in and out through your nose? All right, one more side bend each way. And then when you're ready, we're going to take it into some hip circles. I like to start small, just do that little check-in. How does your thigh bone and the hip socket feel? How's your butt muscles feel? How does your back feel? And then if things feel good, keeping a soft bend in the knees, go a little bit wider with those circles. All right, and then when you're ready, take those hip circles, go the other way. Nice. One more circle around. And then when you're ready, we take it into some light little knee bends. So we just bend the knees a little bit, and then we check in. Now, if knee bends don't feel good right to start, then you're also going to use your hands to kind of rough up your knees and increase a little bit of blood flow, increase a little bit of warmth to the knees. If the knee bends feel good, take one or two more, and then maybe some knee circles. All things knee depending, ankle depending. So some movement that I suggest, if anything doesn't feel good, if you get into something and you're like, nope, that's a pain point, not going to go there, don't go into pain, and then look at your assessment, and then you're going to tell me what doesn't work. All right, take those knee circles and go the other way. Awesome. One more circle around, and then take it into wrists and ankles. So you're just pumping the heels and twirling your wrists in circles. And then you can take it a little further, being a little bit more high up in the pump of the ankles. Here with that higher positioning, you'll notice, like, how's your balance feeling? Where are you at today with your feet and your ankles? All right, take those wrist circles, go the other way. Awesome. One more time, and then take it back to fingers and toes. Last little check-in, twinkle the fingers, wiggle the toes. How's everything feeling? Check in with your breath, and then we're taking it right into a little march. Now we're just marching, getting the big leg muscles moving a little bit, getting the arms pumping a little bit. If you're working in a space, you might also choose to take a little bit of a march forward and back, and then you're going to start to tune into your proprioception. Where are you connected to the space that you're working in? Where's your walls? Where's your stairs? Where's everything connected to you? Can you move comfortably in that space? Do you have a good sense of where everything is around you? When we do our work today, you're going to stay in a safe perceived rate of exertion. We're not going to go any higher than a 5 or a 6. If anything feels like it's getting you up into a 7, 8, 9, definitely don't want to go to a 10. You're going to dial it back or say, that didn't work for me. I need to build up some strength in that area. All right. So just know we're always going to make sure we stay safe and comfortable in the work that we do. Nice. Take one more moment to march and then take it into some shoulder rolls. Roll the shoulders up to your ears, around, down, and back. All right, take those shoulder rolls and go the other way. Wonderful. One more shoulder roll, and then we're taking it into some finger flicks. So you're just bringing the 4 fingers inside of the thumbs, and we're flicking, and we're getting a little bit of oomph into that flick. So we want to feel like by the time we're done with just this particular work, that you feel like your hands have a slight sense of fatigue. Sometimes I like to bring it up to my ears and just notice, does one hand feel like it flicks stronger? Is one hand a little stronger than the other? Is there a delay or a stagger in the work that I'm doing? There's no right or wrong. We just notice. All right, one more moment with those finger flicks and then shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Now we're going to do a sit to stand. Now you can do sit to stand at the stairs, or you can do sit to stand at a chair. There's no right or wrong. And we're going to do the sit to stand unloaded today. And just imagine that you're going to go for a slightly higher surface. Sit to stands feel pretty comfortable to me. And also, I'm a little shorter than you. So keep that in mind as we go along and do the work. For our sit to stand today, we're going to cross our arms. However, if you're crossing your arms, you're like, actually, I need a little support. Use your hands. Do the work that feels just right to you so you feel safe and confident in the work that you're doing. Crisscross your arms. You're going to sit your butt down and back. Find the surface of your chair and then push strong into your feet. Come back up. But we're going to use a little bit of breath coordination as we do this. And we're going to do 2 sets of 10. We're going to go nice and slow so we pay attention to the work. Inhale as you sit down. Start your exhale. Push into your feet. Come up. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Nice job. All right, now take a second just to walk it off. Walk a little bit forward and back. Turn yourself around. Anything that feels good. So we feel like we're just keeping the body moving a little bit, keeping a little bit of warmth in our limbs. Check in with your nervous system. How's your breath? Can you breathe comfortably in and out through your nose? Are you staying in that safe perceived rate of exertion between a 5 and a 6? All right, and then once you have a sense of where your body feels, you can always take a longer break, pause the video, come back in, but keep your body moving just a little bit. But then when you're ready, crisscross those arms. Again, we're coordinating this with the breath. We inhale as we sit down, we exhale as we come up. 2. 3. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. All right, march it out. Take a second, keep that working recovery, keep your heart rate up a little bit, keep that warmth in your body, nothing extreme. All right, now for the next bit of work that we're going to do, we're going to sit. You can sit in a chair. You can do it in standing. I like the seat, and I like you just sitting at the platform of the stairs. So find a seat that feels good, and you're going to want your resistance band. We're going to do a banded row. We're going to do 2 sets of 10. When we do our banded row, we're going to think about finding a seat that you can sit up nice and tall. Chair, steps, whatever feels good. I like this stool. It works really good for me. You can also sit on the ground on your butt, as long as you can keep a good upright posture. That's what we're going to shoot for here. Then you're going to take your stretchy resistance band. You're going to put it around the bottoms of your feet. And then we're going to row. So when we do our row, we keep that nice upright chest. We scrape the elbows back like we're trying to drive the elbows back into the back pockets. And then we come forward. We don't let the band snap us back. So we go back and forward with good control. Nice tall spine, a little double tuck of the chin. So gaze forward, eyes on the horizon. And away we go. We got 2 sets of 10. We'll recover in between. Pull back. Release forward. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Great job. Release that band from your feet for a second. If you're sitting on the step or the stair, take a second, maybe some windshield wipers, maybe some shruggy shoulder rolls, just to tune in. How's everything feeling? Sometimes holding onto those resistance bands, a little grip, so twinkle out your fingers. Take the time to recover in between as much as you need to. 1 minute is nice. 30 seconds is fine. Going past that, just make sure you keep your body warm. And then when you feel ready, grab that looping resistance band, or excuse me, grab that stretchy resistance band, put it around the bottoms of your feet, get that nice tall uplifted spine. You choke up on the band just as much so you get some good work pulling back and some good resistance coming forward. So that's the limit that I'll say you'll go to. Put a little challenge into your body. Sit up nice and tall, double tuck that chin. Here we go. Scrape those elbows back like you're driving them into the back pocket of your jeans. Come forward. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Nice job. Release that band from around your feet, twinkle out your fingers, take a second to come up and away from your seated surface. And now we're going to work our way back to the stair. So this step is going to act like my staircase. And we're going to do some step ups to the low stair. So it's going to be 2 sets of 8 on each side. So for our step up, you step your foot confidently onto the stair. You push down into that foot. So think top of the thigh pushing down into the step, and we come up and then we go back down. So we're going to stay on that side for 2 sets of 8. We'll do 1 set of 8 on one side, 1 set of 8 on the other, and then we'll repeat the process. All right, so nice chest uplifted. You can hold on to your railing. You can hold on to anything that you need to. Put that foot onto the step up and down. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice job. Take a second, march it out. Know that over time we will work on keeping some really good form, but for today, think of this as your baseline, your foundation. If you get to any of the work and something doesn't feel good, let me know. We'll build strength accordingly. But when you're ready, take that other foot, bring it to the step up, come down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice job. Step it down, march it out, do some little heel taps. Take a moment to recover, assess. How's your heart rate? How's your breath? Are you breathing in and out through your nose? Are you staying in that 5 to 6 level of work that you're getting done? All right, 1 more heel tap. And then when you're ready, back to that starting foot, put it on the step up, come down. That's 1. Think push down into your foot or push down from the top of your thigh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice job. March it out for just a second, assess, make sure everything feels good. We're going to take it to the other side, and that will be our last set on the other side. So when you feel ready, step that foot onto the step. We push down into the thigh. We want to feel really strong coming out of that top of the thigh. Push down, step down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice job. All right, take a second, do some heel taps. Now you're going to work your way to your kitchen counter, and it's going to be kitchen counter push-ups, 2 sets of 10. If you want to stay at the stairs, pick an incline of the stairs that feels right, that gives you some good challenge, but you still have plenty of room to safely move your arms. I'm going to use my wall. It's going to be counter push-ups, 2 sets of 10. If you want to do it at the wall, you're just going to put your hands in front of your chest, and then you're going to walk your feet back. So you're in a little incline, but we don't want that butt pushing back. So find your wall, find your counter, find your step that feels like the right elevation for you. Walk your feet back, get a nice wide stance with those arms. Lower your chest, push the wall away. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Step away for a second, check your wrist, Check your shoulders, make sure everything's feeling good, give everything a moment, give it a twinkle, roll out the shoulders, open up the chest, make sure everything is feeling good, and then back to the counter, back to the stairs, back to the wall when you're ready. Second set of 10. Get a nice wide, comfortable position with those hands. Keep a good planking position with the back body. So we just want to keep it nice and firm. We bend the elbows, the chest comes forward, we push away. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Take a second, move away from your counter, move away from your wall, move away from your steps, roll out your wrists. And then the last bit of like worky work that we're going to do is going to be some dead bugs. So we'll come down onto our back on the ground in like a reverse tabletop position. And then it'll be opposite hand and opposite leg move away from each other. It'll be 2 sets of 8 on each side. So find your way down to the ground. And then take a moment here just to desensitize to being on the ground, because that's sometimes nice just to give the nervous system a moment to know where it's at. And then once you feel good and desensitized to the ground, arms and legs are lifting up. Now, when we get into our dead bug positioning, for some bodies, it's going to feel a little bit better to keep a fairly neutral spine, a slight curve in the low back. For some bodies, it's going to feel a little bit better to press the belly button down towards the spine. And then for some bodies, it's going to feel just a little bit stronger to actually curl up just slightly. So take a moment here before we even start to move to assess. How does your back feel? Does it feel nice and strong? Do you feel like your core muscles are on? And then when you feel like you're in a good enough, comfortable enough position, we're going to go right hand, left leg. They're going to reach out and away from each other. Come back in, and the other 2 limbs are going to try to stay steady if they can. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pull your knees into your chest. Take your knees and draw them in a couple circles. Assess, how is your back feeling? How do your core muscles feeling? When we say core muscles, I refer to core muscles as being from the butt to the shoulders. So anything in that canister, how's everything feeling? Take one more moment to just rock a little side to side, any little knee circles or anything that feels good. And then when you feel ready, come back to that dead bug position. Now we're going to go left hand, right leg, reaching out away from each other, coming back in. That's 1. Reaching out, the other 2 limbs stay as steady as they can the whole entire time. Come back in. That's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Knees to chest, knees draw in circles. Circle the other way. All right, and then back to that dead bug shape, back to right arm, left leg, stretching out and away. Coming back in for 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Knees to chest, draw your knees in circles. Circle the other way. All right, and then when you're ready, back to that last set on the other side. Left hand, right leg, reaching out. Coming back in, the other two limbs stay nice and steady. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Nice job. Knees to chest. Take your knees, draw them in a couple of circles. Circle the other way. All right, one more circle around, and then find your way up to standing. And now we're going to want our towel, and we're going to start with, and actually you can do it on the ground if you want to, but come up if that feels good. And we're going to just start with a little towel walk. So with that towel in your hand, like you're revving up a motorcycle engine, you're just kind of walking along, feeling like you're moving through your wrists. All right, now take those walks and go the other way. Great. One more towel walk, and then you're just going to squeeze. You're going to squeeze your hands in the towel and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the squeeze, roll out your shoulders, take a second, and then we're going to come right back in with that squeeze. So you're going to squeeze with your hands, get a good firm squeeze, hold that squeeze, hold it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the squeeze, roll the shoulders, take a breath. All right, last set of 10 second holds. Squeeze that towel, firm squeeze. You want to feel like your hands and your fingers are doing a bit of work here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, put that towel down, and then the last little bit of work is just some finger taps. We're just tapping the tips of the fingers. And we're tapping for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap the heels of your hands. This is a little recovery, and then we're going to come back to those finger taps. So just tap those heels for one more second, and then come back to those finger taps, and we're tapping the fingers for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms, stretch, shoulders down, take a big breath. All right, and then release your hands, twinkle out your fingers, shake out your wrists, shake out your legs, make sure everything feels good, because you may have a tendency towards that hypermobility. We're not going to stretch too much to start. We're going to build a bunch of strength and get the nervous system on board. So if you don't mind building a habit, do some work that feels good in your body. When you get done with your workout, you want to make sure that you have stayed at that safe perceived rate of exertion between that 5 and that 6, and that you can walk away from the workout, you feel energized, and you can get on with the rest of your day. So those are the quick and easy assessments. Have a sip of water, maybe with a little pinch of salt in it. I'll send you a written assessment, and then you'll just go through it and make sure everything feels good, and let me know if something didn't work for you. And otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow with a new workout.